Broadcasting live from our studio in Boston, Solutions Review is proud to showcase Wind River in the Solution Spotlight, an inside look at enterprise technologies.
I'm Doug Atkinson here at Solutions Review, and welcome to the Solution Spotlight featuring Wind River, and focused on mastering the art of DevOps for embedded systems. Intelligent edge software development has a serious problem. Surveys show that 70% of developers spend more than 25% of their time building and maintaining development tooling. DevOps and DevSecOps practices have helped to streamline the developer experience, but domain-specific challenges hamper adoption of these practices in embedded projects. So today, we will offer up some practical advice for improving development efficiency in embedded projects, including a demonstration with tools that are available today. And to walk you through the presentation today is Nitesh Goyal, Senior Manager, Product Management at Wind River. Nitesh, thanks for being with us.
Hey, Doug. Thanks for having me, and really excited for the webinar.
Well, Nitesh, I'm glad you're here because we have a lot to cover. And I know you've got some really compelling presentation and a demo. So I'm going to step out of the way pretty much straight away. But before I do, let me just give everybody a little guidance with regard to a Q&A that we're going to reserve for the end, where I'll jump back in and we'll ask whatever questions you might have. So if you have any questions at all, submit them and we'll gather them here, and I'll hold them until Nitesh is done, and then we'll have a Q&A. I'll certainly have some questions as well. So Nitesh, I'm going to turn it back over to you. I know you have a lot to cover, so I will catch up with you in about 45 minutes or so.
Excellent. Thanks, Doug. And hello, everyone. Welcome to the webinar. Quick introduction. I'm Nitesh Goyal from Wind River, and today we'll be diving into the world of DevOps for embedded system with a particular focus on continuous testing. As most of you on this call, I'm also an engineer with over 15 years of professional experience. I have witnessed the evolution of embedded systems into intelligent edge systems. And hope we can all agree that the rise of intelligent edge systems have really changed the game. These systems now are complex. They often involve a mix of hardware and software with AI and machine learning thrown into the mix. They operate in dynamic, unpredictable environment, constantly interacting with the real world. On top of these systems are mission critical. They cannot fail. All of this complexity means the traditional ways of development and testing embedded systems simply aren't enough in the new age. So in today's session, we'll explore the challenges that traditional testing method presents in the embedded space. We'll delve into the core principle of DevOps and how they can be applied to streamline the development and testing process for embedded system. And by the end of this webinar, I hope you'll gain Wind River's perspective on implementing continuous testing to improve the quality, efficiency, and reliability of your embedded system development. So whether you are a seasoned embedded system developer or just starting on your DevOps journey, this webinar should be for you. So let's get started. A quick introduction about Wind River. At Wind River, we are a global leader in delivering software for intelligent connected system. So what exactly does that mean? We provide a comprehensive software portfolio that spans the edge to the cloud, designed to empower you to develop, deploy, operate, and service your mission-critical intelligence system. Founded in 1981, we have a long history of innovation in this space. Today, we boast over 1,600 employees globally, with a significant portion of our team dedicated to research and development, ensuring we stay at the forefront of technology. Our technology is trusted by over 2 billion products deployed worldwide from leading companies in over 20 countries. That success is due in part to our award-winning customer support, a broad partner ecosystem, and world-class professional services. We're also laser focused on building a collaborative and innovative culture. For 25 consecutive years, we have been ranked as a top workplace We are headquartered in Alameda, California, but our impact is global. We have a strong presence of over 1,600 employees around the globe, and we are proud to hold the number one market share position in edge compute OS platform. At Wind River, we believe the future is intelligent. And we are not just talking about the latest smartphone or smart speakers. We are talking about intelligent systems that are transforming entire industries, from aerospace and defense to medical and automotive. So if you look at the slides, these are just a handful of leading global brands that trust Wind River to power their intelligent systems that are making a real difference in the world. Companies like Boeing, General Motors, Samsung, Bosch, they all rely on our software to develop, deploy, operate, and service their mission critical intelligence system. Working with these customers have enabled us to develop a unique set of skills and depth of knowledge that allowed us to create a product portfolio that spans the entire spectrum of intelligent edge, from VxWorks RTOS to Wind River Linux, integrated development environment, as well as simulation solutions for device edge to infrastructure edge, including telco-grade O-RAN cloud capable of scaling over thousands of nodes in a 5G platform. So we have just learned about Wind River roles in powering the intelligent system revolution. These systems, from self-driving car to smart medical devices, are changing the world. But as they say, with great innovation comes great responsibility, especially when it comes to ensuring the safety, security, and reliability of this intelligent edge system. So today's focus is going to be on a crucial aspect of that responsibility, testing. Let's deep dive into the specific challenges we face when testing these intelligent edge systems. As we advance on our mission to support our customers in transitioning from traditional embedded systems to intelligent connected systems, we conducted ourselves a comprehensive research, engaged with over 700 developers, diverse range of customers. And this research revealed significant challenges in adopting the V model's best practices within the new age intelligent systems. One key insight was up to 60% of the bugs are found late in development. You can imagine the scramble, fixing issues that should have been caught earlier. This is a major problem because fixing a late cycle bug can cost up to 15 times more than it would cost during design, and a staggering 100 times more after release. Think about it. That delayed smartphone launch, those millions spent on car recalls, all avoidable with earlier bug detection. But it's not just money, right? Embedded systems power critical applications, from medical devices to automotive controls. These late cycle defects can pose serious safety risk. Early detections could have prevented that. Finally, let's not forget about customers. Late defects translate to bad experiences, product recalls, or even safety incident. The bottom line, late cycle defects are expensive, time consuming, and risky. So let's explore why traditional development struggle with these problems and how we can overcome it. In our view, traditional development methods often lack the four key ingredients necessary to be effective for testing the new age intelligent edge systems. These are expertise, access, availability, and automation. And I'll talk about each of them briefly. From expertise point of view, traditional development and testing methods often operate in silos, with developer, testers, and operations working separately in isolation. This separation means testing expertise isn't integrated into the development process. The safety critical intelligence systems require developers to write testable code and testers to understand the code nuances during development. In traditional method, this expertise is not always shared, leading to gaps in testing and affecting product quality. Second one, access. To accomplish effective testing, especially for applications that interact with hardware, it requires consistent and reliable access to the necessary hardware. The traditional development environment often struggle with providing this access to their geo-distributed teams. Hardware might be limited to certain teams or individuals, causing bottleneck and delays in the entire development process. Limited hardware resource are another hurdle. Budgets or logistics might restrict the number of testing rigs available to the team. Think of expensive, specialized equipment and not enough unit to test everything at once. This scarcity can lead to team skipping tests or insufficient test coverage, leaving issues undetected until later. And finally, the traditional methods often lack robust test automation. Manual testing is common, but it's slow and it tends to be error prone. Automated testing, on the other hand, can provide quick feedback, which is a huge advantage. However, setting up automations require a shift in mindset and upfront investment. The traditional development with focus on separate development and testing phases often struggle with prioritizing automation, leading to slower feedback loops and longer development cycles. So having identified these critical challenges, our focus now shift to exploring key enablers to shift left testing. And in the next session, we'll discuss strategies and tools aimed at preemptively addressing these issues, optimizing development processes, and enhancing product quality. Let's shift gears and talk about catching bugs early. Imagine a world where you identify problems before they snowball into major issues. That's the power of shift left testing, moving testing activities from tail end of development to the beginning, saving time and money down the road. So how do we achieve this shift left magic? In our opinion, here are the key ingredients. First up is cloud. Cloud-based management is really a game changer for keeping the testing processes standardized and centralized. With pre-configured test and environments readily available, teams can save time and enhance collaboration. This centralization allows for consistency and fast deployment of tests, making the workflow more streamlined. The second one is secure remote access. So you can test anytime, anywhere. So when we talk about secure remote access, in our increasingly hybrid work culture, teams need the flexibility to access tests and resources from anywhere in the world. The secure remote access not only facilitates this flexibility, but also ensures that sensitive data remains protected, especially in critical sectors like healthcare, aerospace defense, and automotive. This means that no matter where your team members are located, they can contribute effectively while maintaining high security standards. Next one is scalable simulations. Now consider the need for diverse testing scenario. Products like embedded system often require interaction with a wide variety of hardware configurations. And this is where scalable simulations comes into play. Utilizing the compute power of cloud, we can create these simulations without the need for physical hardware, which saves both time and resources for the teams. This capability allows us to test under various conditions and configurations, ensuring our product performs reliably in real-world scenario. And finally, automation. Automation is really our friend here. We have continuous integrations and continuous deployment pipelines. These pipelines automate the testing process throughout the development lifecycle, creating a constant feedback loop. This means we can catch problems early and address them quickly. This is just the beginning. In the next slide, we'll dive into a specific platform, Wind River Studio Developer, and how it integrates these capabilities to create a powerful toolkit for embedded systems development. Talking about Wind River Studio, Studio helps solve the challenge of embedded end-to-end value chain, which traditionally has been fragmented and complex. Development teams struggle to collaborate efficiently, deployments can be slow, and operations are often manual and error-prone. Studio Developer addresses these challenges by providing a unified platform for development, deployment, and operations. If you look at the graphics on the slide, on the left side of the graphic, we have development. Wind River Studio Developer provides a cloud-based integrated development environment that allows developers to collaborate on code, build, and test applications and manage the entire workflow. With Studio Developer, developers can work together on projects in real time, regardless of location. They are able to automate those repetitive tasks, taking advantage of pre-built components and templates. And another key advantage of Studio is it has been pre-built. It comes and offers pre-built integrations with a wide variety of third-party tools that are industry standard. In the center, we have deployment. Studio Developer includes tools for containerizations and mixed criticality, which allow developers to deploy applications to a variety of devices, including those with different safety requirements. Studio also automates the deployment process, which helps to reduce error and speed up time to market. And finally, on the right side, we have operations. Studio provides tools for monitoring and visualizing devices in the cloud. This allows operators to proactively identify and troubleshoot issues, as well as optimize the performance of their system. By providing this unified platform for development, deployment, and operations, Studio can help you streamline your embedded development process, reduce cost, and get your product to market faster. What sets Studio apart from its other contemporary applications is its modular structure, offering the flexibility to adopt specific functionalities as needed, avoiding the costly rip and replace approach that many traditional systems require. Studio is composed of various developer modules, each designed to tackle specific development challenges such as complexity, security, and compliance. These modules integrate seamlessly with each other and leverage a common Studio Developer infrastructure, allowing the users of Studio to adopt functionality incrementally based on their immediate needs. Let's explore some of the key modules that illustrate the power and flexibility of Studio. The first one is Studio Pipelines to automate and orchestrate the continuous build, continuous test, integration, and deployment process. Virtual Lab manages manual and programmatic access to shared, simulated, and physical devices. Test automation standardize and share test suites and plans to system applications and component. We also have over-the-air update to manage multi-tier update campaigns for over-the-air deployment to fielded devices. And digital feedback loop establishes a reliable connectivity between edge and cloud systems for real-time data collection, analytics, and response. On top of that, we have Studio Gallery that extend the core functionality of Studio by offering seamless integrations with various third-party tools. This modular structure of Studio empowers customers and users to build a customized DevSecOps environment tailored to their specific embedded system development needs. In the next part of the webinar, we'll bring these concepts to life and explore how Studio Pipeline, Studio Virtual Lab, and test automation work together to create a cohesive and efficient environment for continuous testing. So here you are looking at homepage of Studio Developer. And first we'll be talking about Studio Virtual Lab. Studio Virtual Lab offers a secure cloud portal for managing and sharing distributed test environments, including remote hardware labs and modern simulation tools. This integrated solution empowers developers with comprehensive capabilities for automation as well as collaboration among remote testing teams with distributed test environment. To access the functionality, you click on Virtual Lab and you see this dashboard that then the users can utilize the virtual lab dashboards to configure the target parameters, monitor the target utilizations with ease. This also streamlines the process of managing test environment, empowering developers to efficiently orchestrate testing activities and optimize target utilizations. Here, developer can leverage the dashboard to view current, scheduled, and past reservations. Developers can come in, open any of the past reservations to review the specific settings, or you can reserve the target again with the same settings as it was configured in the past. This intuitive reservation interface allows users to target configurations to meet their specific requirements, providing greater control and adaptability in accessing target information and configuration parameters. Furthermore, Virtual Lab offers extended capability for managing target reservations, enabling developers to manually extend the reservations time, end the reservation, or open the reservation menu to find out the exact settings and configurations parameter as needed. If we look at the physical target interface, here developers can easily check the availability of target accessible to users per their role-based access control policy and add new reservations. The reservation powered time sharing of limited physical hardware resources in the time environment and the test environment untethers that one-to-one utilization of physical hardware to a one-to-many utilization model that unblocks and allows multiple developers or teams of developers to leverage the same hardware efficiently, promoting collaboration and resource optimization. In addition to managing physical targets, Studio Virtual Lab supports virtual targets and configurations, further enhancing flexibility and scalability, allowing developers to parallelize the testing of software with virtual targets. Out of the box, Studio comes with support for quick emulation tools, the QEMU models, but virtual lab platforms also enables the flexibility for customers and users to bring their own virtual targets. For instance, here I'm showing Studio users can leverage their existing license for CIMIX technology to register their CIMIX targets with Studio and use it in a cloud-native manner. In the context of virtual target, the concept of reservation is synonymous with spinning up a virtual test container. It is an ephemeral container that spins up on demand, and hence it is budget friendly. This concept of virtual target enablement in a cloud native manner eliminates the high cost and long lead time associated with physical hardware acquisitions. But hard access is just the beginning. Studio Virtual Lab goes a step further. It's about taking control. So here you can see at any time you can come in, open up target reservations, and connect to the target shell, which is a crucial capability. Here, once you have access to the shell, you can automate the actions you want to execute against the target as part of your pre-testing setup or post-testing teardown actions. This bidirectional communication pathway with target not only allows for real-time monitoring and control, but also empowers developers to troubleshoot issues efficiently. In summary, Studio Virtual Lab provides a secure cloud portal for managing and sharing of distributed test environments. And with its powerful automation capabilities, intuitive user interface, and support for virtual targets, Virtual Lab enhances collaboration, efficiency, and flexibility in the development and testing process. Next, we will look at test automation framework. To that, we'll navigate back to the Studio homepage. Here you can see the test automation framework. What test automation framework enables is automated testing of embedded software changes from globally dispersed development team. TAP is a comprehensive solution that is designed to streamlining the testing process, whether we are talking about post-merge testing scenario as part of CI/CD or a more comprehensive yet less frequent system-level testing, catering to the diverse use cases among developers and testers. For that, TAP acts as a central platform for planning, executing, and monitoring tests across a wide variety of software platforms, including Wind River Edge portfolio, as well as other embedded operating system and applications. So I've just clicked on TAP to navigate to the dashboard. This dashboard for TAP provides a centralized view of all test executions across test plans managed through TAP and accessible to the user through their RBAC policy. You can see both active executions as well as completed executions on the dashboard. You can navigate to view all executions, and there you can filter out the executions to quickly find a specific one. What you will also find is as a TAP execution progresses, TAP offers an in-depth result analysis via user-friendly dashboards to facilitate assessing testing outcomes and pinpointing areas that need further investigation. These dashboard provides a consolidated view of testing status, results, logs, metrics for effortless monitoring and analysis. It displays key metrics like what's the status of the test, how many tests passed, failed, errors, aborts to provide instant insight into testing progress and outcome. This near real-time visibility empowers user to gauge testing efficacy and make informed decisions. Execution metrics and history can be viewed at the overall test plan level, or it can be viewed at an individual test plan level to give an overall view of testing for that particular test execution. For instance, drilling down allows viewing test results and log for each target that is part of the test executions. These detailed logs provide crucial context, helping user understand what happened during a test execution and if something went wrong, under what conditions the test did not pass. This translates into faster debugging and quicker resolutions, keeping the development process on track. Each execution provides a quick link to navigate to the related test plan for further analysis. One of the standout features in test automation framework is its flexibility in dynamically selecting and executing the test. This flexibility in form of test plan execution allow user to expedite the testing process. So here what I'm showing you is within TAP plan, you can, as a user, you can import your existing test and organize them in a logical structured manner that we call test suites to efficiently validate target applications. Each test suites basically defines the subset of test cases that test related areas or features as part of that test plan. Test suites, when you're adding a test suite to a test plans, they're also added with any common configurations required to run the test, such as user credential, input test data parameters, or target environments. Looking at it, you can see a single test plan includes multiple test suites as needed. And this hierarchy of test plan containing multiple test suites defines the overall sequence and order that the selected test suites contained within a test plan will execute. The advantage here is it ensures that tests distributed across test suites can run independently and in a conflict-free manner. Organization of test cases into test suites and having an association with target environment essentially enables the test SMEs to bake their expertise into the test plan themselves. So your pre-configured test cases, test suites, and test plans sort of become a repository of knowledge, ensuring consistency, leveraging that expert insight across all testing activities. So as users, we are no more reinventing the wheel every time we need to run an execution. In the process of setting an execution, user have a choice to choose all test suites to be executed or a subset of test suites to be executed. That gives the flexibility to not run the whole plan for every executions to fit your evolving requirements. It's, as we say, it's a testing environment that bends to your will and not the other way around. As we have seen, when a test execution is completed, it gives you a real-time view into the status of testings, the execution status and results are continuously and automatically tracked, and key metrics provides the visibility into progress and outcome. In addition to that, historical executions are also maintained for each test plans to allow the user to gauge the effectiveness of plans and tests over time. It also gives the flexibility to rerun the relevant plan as needed for ongoing validation purposes like regression testing. This hierarchical structure of organizing test cases into a test suites, multiple test suites into a test plan extends to what we call test project. A test project defines the top level construct for organizing test plans and configurations such that you can have multiple test plans associated with a single project. In a way, it establishes the process of having test project is that it establishes that logical boundary for permissions, facilitating team collaboration while ensuring that sensitive intellectual properties and test results remains isolated and protected from unauthorized access by other team members and project. Within a project, you define common things like credentials, where you want the artifacts to be located, your retention policies. Each plan inherited, any test plan that is structured under the project inherits these common configurations and can be customized independently with their own set of test suites, environment, etc. Another key capability in test automation is its extensibility through a plugin architecture that significantly enhances its integration with other capabilities within the Studio ecosystem and beyond. This includes plugin for target management, executions, and reporting of test results. Out of the box, tests include plugins and curated collection of test libraries specifically tailored for testing WinRiver operating system kernel. So here I'm showing the execution plugin for WinRiver Linux, and this provides studio users of WinRiver Edge portfolio a significant advantage in the validation and testing of their platform. But additionally, users have the flexibility to create custom plugins that can be developed to address their specific need. Whether you need to integrate proprietary tools, custom test harnesses, or specialized testing protocols, TAF execution plugins ensures adaptability and versatility, allowing users to address their unique challenges and test scenarios effectively. Studio offers a flexible infrastructure supporting CLI, API, and GUI options to cater to the diverse user preferences. While the intuitive GUI simplifies the configuration of tests, monitoring of test progress, and analysis of test results, for developers and advanced users, the CLI provides provides efficiency and flexibility, allowing for automation and scripting of tasks, which is ideal for integrating the testing process into the CI/CD pipeline. We also have well-defined API set that enables the integration of Studio capability into custom software solutions and automation framework, providing programmatic control over testing functionalities. Switching back into so far we have talked about the functional attributes of Studio Virtual Lab and test automation, but security considerations are paramount when the design of and operations of these features. Studio comes with an RBAC that spans across platform. It ensures that developers and testers have access only to the resources they need, adhering to the principle of least privilege. This approach maintains security and prevents unauthorized access, safeguarding sensitive targets and intellectual property. Now that we have discussed the capabilities of Virtual Lab and test automation as standalone solution, I want to highlight how integrating these capabilities through Pipeline Manager offers a comprehensive approach to continuous testing across both software and hardware component. So the diagram that you're seeing illustrate the synergies between Pipeline Manager, Virtual Lab, and the test automation framework. Here, Pipeline Manager acts as that central orchestrator, automating the test execution process and optimizing your overall test quality. It streamlines the entire workflow, ensuring seamless integration of various tasks involving fetching code from repositories, compiling and building the software artifact, executing best practices in code development such as quality scans, composition analysis, etc., and then managing the sequence of testing activities. Within the sequence of testing activities, we have Virtual Lab that enhances the setup by offering secure portal for managing and sharing distributed test environment, including remote hardware and modern simulation tools. The integrations of Virtual Lab within the Pipeline Manager empowers developers with capabilities for enabling remote access and testing with distributed environment, but also powerful automation through leveraging Studio Virtual Lab functionalities through CLI. Similarly, the test automation framework takes the testing process a step further by automating the test executions, but also refining the test quality through its modular architecture and extensible design. By extending the pipelines to incorporate the hardware-based testing, organizations can achieve comprehensive test coverage across software and hardware component. Then mapping the test results back to requirement management tool is a critical component of this setup. It enables stakeholders to assess the test coverage against the project requirement and enhance the transparency and accountability in the testing process. This closed loop approach ensures continuous feedback and improvement, driving significant enhancement in testing efficiency and quality. So let's delve into the demonstration of this pipeline. Going to quickly check connectivity. For the demo, I will browse Pipeline Manager. And here I have configured a pipeline that has been crafted to demonstrate the continuous testing workflow. This automated pipeline streamlines the multiple critical steps, transitioning development team workflow from numerous manual steps to a cohesive, automated, efficient systems. So let's see it how it works under the hood. Basically, initiate a pipeline by fetching code from repository, ensuring that you're always working with the latest updates, followed by running development practices, best practices in parallel, such as we are running unit tests, we're doing static code analysis, you're also running your custom test, all springing to life simultaneously, significantly reducing the time to completion. For instance, these Python-based unit tests can verify your code functionality at a unit level. The covariety static code analysis proactively identifies potential issues, whether they are security vulnerabilities, before they get escalated. Other custom testing ensures thorough coverage by exercising all conceivable combinations of conditions and decisions in your code. Then you can compile the code using the correct compiler flags, ensuring optimized settings for deployment. The compiled code then find its home in Artifactory. This is the start of our continuous testing journey. And this is where Virtual Lab steps in, starting with provisioning the user of these pipelines to have access to the target environment, which has been tailored for testing. Think of test environment that we are using in this pipeline akin to a hill test bench involving a Windows machine that is orchestrating various data simulations and control system logic. Then we are swiftly resolving the Windows machine, securing a connection string for remote actions. We are executing actions against the Windows machines that those actions are seamlessly executed on the provisioned environment. And in this case, the script ensures and verifies the content of a specific directory and transfer necessary files to the designated test environment that is primed for testing. Then comes the pre-configured test plans, defining test suites, specifying the reserved Windows testing environment, and configuring the required test arguments. The pipeline that triggers the execution of the the test on the designated Windows machine, capturing the execution logs to provide valuable insight. And once the test execution completes and concludes, the test artifacts that are generated are sent back to the Studio Cloud for analysis and report generation, offering clear insight into your test results and coverage. As a final act, the pipeline gracefully performs the teardown actions, removing any temporary files and unreserve the target environment, ensuring readiness for subsequent testing round. So let me run the pipeline and then we will review the results. Running the pipeline is simply clicking off a button, or you can execute that using CLI or schedule it. When you run a pipeline, I do want to highlight one thing. All of these actions that we just talked about that are laid out here, they are possible within Studio Pipeline because of its extensive third-party integrations that provide a comprehensive solution for modernizing the build automation workflow. However, in the interest of time and to maintain our focus on continuous testing, I'm going to focus on this aspect of this demonstrations where we'll look for the steps involved for target management and test executions. So as we go, so here you can see these steps are turning green, means the step has been executed. First, we have provisioned a gateway enabling the system users of the pipelines to have the secure access to the target environment. Then we reserve the target to have connection strings to be able to access the target. We execute some target actions. So you can see the logs, everything that's happening remotely. The logs are captured and available for in the cloud as centralized single pane of glass for the members of the team. So here we can see the file has been successfully transferred, and here the test execution has started. You can see as the test executions are progressing, it's going to generate logs. We can go here and look at the execution results. So this is a test that is currently in progress. We can see in the interest of time, it takes a while to complete test execution. So we're going to focus on a previous execution. I'm going back to the run here. So this is the execution that I just conducted. So TAF execution just finished, completing the TAF run. And finally, we have, after all the test executions are completed, the system tear down, clearing the target and unreserving the target and making it accessible for the next round of testing. So here is this full demonstration showcase the transformative potential of automation and streamlining your testing processes. Focus on continuous testing to achieve unparalleled efficiency and quality. So if I go back to presentation for a minute, the key takeaways, if I can summarize quickly, today we discussed the importance of early and continuous testing in the development lifecycle. By doing so, we can significantly reduce the risk of late cycle defects, which ultimately enhances overall product quality and reliability. What we have shown today is first, automated pipelines and parallel processing capabilities play a crucial role. These technologies drastically reduce testing time, allowing teams to operate more efficiently and securely. We talked about virtual lab, ensuring secure, consistent testing with scalable and flexible test resources. We talked about centralizing the test management and optimizing hardware uses across teams, this to break down silos and encourage a more integrated approach to testing. This not only improves collaboration, but also ensures that resources are used in the most efficient way possible. Lastly, automated test executions combined with continuous feedback loop improves quality and reliability. So in summary, integrating these key elements into our development processes allow us to deliver high quality product faster and more reliably. With that, I pass it back. Thank you very much for listening.
Yeah, again, great. A lot of things covered, which we always like to see. One of the things that I can't help but be struck by is where we are right now in the evolution of technology, kind of on this precipice of this AI revolution, which will clearly have an impact on how organizations think about developing AI-enabled projects, and I'm curious, do you anticipate seeing kind of an explosion of software development over the course of the next 5 years or so, based upon the fact that there is going to be this mad rush for teams to try to take advantage of all the benefits of artificial intelligence?
Absolutely. I think it definitely, the way we look at Wind River, and we are also very focused on embedding the power of generative AI into our solutions, both on the edge portfolio as well in our cloud solutions, to make it easier for users to achieve the end outcome. There is still, as we look today in the traditional development, a lot of work goes into generation of boilerplate stuff, right? Whether we are writing the low-level code, we are translating the requirements into test cases, ability to go through documents to figure out how to efficiently use the tools. All of that can be streamlined by the use of generative AI into making the developers more productive, taking care of this undifferentiated heavy lifting, enabling the developers to focus on what is most critical, is to develop their applications where they are adding value. So if we take care of this undifferentiated heavy lifting away, it gives more developers more time to develop more code that is value add, and it's definitely going to increase the productivity and quality of the software that will be eventually an output through the utilization of generative AI.
Yeah, I know you. In a previous life, were on the other side of the equation. You're effectively an end user. I'm curious. This is a new release. It effectively came out back in April. I'm curious what your perspective is as a former end user. What parts of this release do you think kind of struck your fancy a little more than others, and how developers might think about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there are four critical areas that we are very proud of in terms of the latest release. The first one is security. We have made incredible amount of progress in improving the overall security posture of the platforms through a unified adoption of role-based access controls to ensure we are A, compliance with industry standards, and B, we provide a cohesive experience for our users to utilize the platform without being able to, without having without discouraging them to bring their sensitive intellectual properties, knowing that everything on the platform is protected and tightly controlled by access policies that they defined. Second aspect of the platform is as we transitioned the adoption of studios in industries across hundreds of users, we have worked very significantly to ensure the platform scales seamlessly, both horizontally and vertically, enabling the users to have the seamless experience as they scale their workload efficiently, but also in a cost-efficient manner. Those are two very important concepts from the non-functional requirement standpoint, but also from functional standpoint. The few things that I would want to call out is of course, when we started out on our developers journey, we wanted to enable users of WinRiver Edge portfolio, which is VxWorks, RTOS, WinRiver Linux, and other solutions in our Edge portfolio. So they are definitely the first citizens in our platform, but we have expanded the capabilities of platforms, and we have already seen customers utilizing the platform beyond WinRiver Edge portfolios into developing custom flavors of RTOS or custom flavors of Linux, Android operating systems, and applications for these platforms. So that definitely expanded the horizon and the impact that Studio can make across the development journey. And finally, I think a very important thing that we have realized is not just providing the tools, but also improving the onboarding journey for users. So it becomes day one onboarding becomes seamless. We have worked significantly to reduce the hurdle in day one onboarding of developers onto the platform. Those are the four things I would like to call out, Doug, that we have done in the latest release of Studio.
Yeah, and we would encourage everybody to go to windriver.com and check out the website and everything that you have going on there. It's quite a catchy looking website, actually, and I know there's a whole host of ways to engage. We'll put one up at the bottom of the screen here with regard to kind of taking the next step. If you and again, we would hope everybody tries to find out how it can work specifically in their instance, and the best way to do that is to reach out and engage Wind River and have that conversation. I always find that to be incredibly valuable, regardless of kind of where you end up heading. Just having those conversations with incredibly smart people on the other side of the coin, and what you'll find is folks like Nitesh who have been on both sides of the equation and have very specific and unique perspectives as to how it can help. And I know you also work across a variety of industries. You showed your client lineup. Is there any particular industries that kind of come to mind that you're seeing more traction with?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, as you mentioned, Studio is on the journey of a mass deployment across many industry verticals. Of course, through our acquisition by Aptiv a year and a half ago, we have received incredible amount of traction in the automotive industry, and we have projects going on with large tier one suppliers and OEMs. So we are seeing a large traction in the automotive industry. But really, our strong play historically is aerospace and defense. So we are definitely working on converting projects with aerospace and defense, and we are increasingly getting tractions in industrial and medical industry as well. Both from a development efficiency standpoint, but also the other component of Studio, such as over-the-air update and digital feedback loop that completes the development efficiency lifecycle through gaining efficiencies and insights from the devices to drive what should be the next focus for development. So it's across the board, definitely a large traction in automotive and aerospace at the moment.
I want to sneak in a question that we have from regarding this Wind River solution, and does it require the use of a Wind River operating system, or does it work with other runtimes?
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I definitely want to emphasize is Wind River Studio by design is open and extensible. So as I was saying, definitely we started out our journey with providing support for Wind River operating systems, that is VxWorks, Wind River Linux. We have, in our latest release, expanded the support for making it open and extensible for users to use the Studio solutions to build other platforms and applications. And we have seen incredible success. Customers and users utilizing Studio to build Android on our platforms and building Android applications and other flavors of Yocto Linux onto the platform. So that open and extensibility is a core tenet, and we constantly work on further expanding and providing seamless experience across all operating systems, embedded platform systems.
Yeah, this was again a very deep and complete presentation of the new Wind River Studio solution. We will make this video available on demand for anybody who wants to review it, because there is so much information in there. Nitesh, great job. It was quite an education for me, and I'm sure Wind River is going to have some great success with this new release. Again, we'll put up on the screen one more time how best to go and connect with the folks at Wind River to talk more about the Studio developer. And yeah, we look forward to keeping track of everything that Wind River is doing here at Solutions Review, as we have throughout our history. I think we're not quite as old as you, but best of luck for the upcoming for the remainder of the year, and very well done today on the presentation.
Thank you, Doug. Appreciate it.
So there you have it, another solution in our spotlight. We want to thank Nitesh and Wind River for that presentation, and we appreciate your attendance as well. Until next time, I'm Doug Atkinson here at Solutions Review. Thanks for watching.
If your business would like to be featured in a future event, contact us today.